Srimataji here tonight.
I vow to all the seekers of truth. Just now, Albert has very clearly described to you the mechanism that is within us, which works out our self-realization. There is a mechanism, no doubt. When we are in this room, we see so many lights, and there is a mechanism behind this. But what we do is to just switch on, and the lights are there. So the whole mechanism is already built within us through our evolutionary process. Now we have reached at a point when we have to achieve the result of the evolutionary process. In the West, people had the quest to find out outside this body. I would say that they tried to find out the knowledge about the tree of life. But when the life is found out from outside, you can go up to a point. And the tree can also grow up to a point. You have to go to your roots. This is the knowledge of our roots. Now to say that it comes from India or it comes from a particular region is not true. India being an ancient country, of course, they have been able to go deep into it. But even in the Bible, you get sentences like, I will appear before you like tongues of flames. And these sentences really looks like tongues of flames. Then in the Quran also, it is there called as Asas, the Kundalini. It describes that you have to be connected with God. Otherwise, whatever you do in the name of God, you will become cruel and you will be disintegrated. It's clearly said. Same thing in any religion that you read, that you have to have your self-realization. Every religion has talked of the spirit. Every religion has said that you must find out your spirit. Now when we are ignorant about the spirit, and there are so many people in the market, which I say as a guru shopping going on, people don't know what to expect and what to find. What is self, what is spirit, and why should we get it? As I said, it is the epitome of our evolution. That you have to become the spirit, and that is the truth, that you are the spirit. If you are the spirit, then you have to achieve that state. By this way or that way, that is your birthright, is born with you. That's why we call it Sahaja Yoga. Sahaja means Saha is with, Ja is born with you. That is the yoga, the union with the divine. The divine is the all-pervading power of God's love, which is the subtle of subtler, all-pervading. It exists in everything and you have to feel it. That's what we call as the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost. Cool breeze of the Holy Ghost. In the Bible, there's no description of Holy Ghost. This Kundalini is the reflection of that Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost is the desire of God. That's the power of God reflected within us as Holy Ghost, as Kundalini, in 3.5 coils, is our pure desire. All other desires that we have are impure. Because we have been desiring for this and that, you know, economic laws are such that in general wants are not satiable. Why? Because those wants are not pure. So this is the power of Kundalini which resides in the triangular bone within yourself. Now when I am telling all this to you, you should not have a blind faith about it, but it's an hypothesis. If you are a scientific person, or if you have a very logical mind, then you must understand that you should not close your mind. You should be with an open mind and see for yourself. If this proves, then it's all right. But you should not be a person who's cynical, who's already challenging me, because what I'm doing is to give you what you have, is to tell you what you have, which is your property. It's your own. I have nothing to do with it as such, but I can't also help it without telling. This Kundalini has to rise from its seat, which he has shown just now, which is residing in the triangular bone, called as sacrum. Sacrum itself means sacred. That means the Greeks knew about this word, knew about Kundalini, that's why they called it sacred. Now when this Kundalini rises through these various centers, she passes through 6 centers. The 7th center is below her. And this 7th center looks after the glory or the chastity, or we can say protects the mother Kundalini within us. Now the first center is the most important center. And the first center is the center of our innocence. When we try to play with our innocence, this center gets spoiled, which has to protect the Kundalini. And when this center is spoiled, we can get into lots of problems. Nowadays, you can hear a big cry about this killer's disease, AIDS. We have to fight it. It's a wrong thing that we have done. One thing we must accept. And then we have to fight it. It's not difficult to fight this disease if you accept that you have lost your innocence. The trouble is, when people started getting the knowledge of the tree, they really went amok. They didn't know what to do with themselves. Now they're finished with this, they're finished with that, so now eat your nose or eat your eyes or eat your teeth, something like that. A maddening wave rushed into people. And they didn't know what to do with themselves, so they started practicing also sex. I would also blame Freud for that. In India, Freud won't be accepted at all. It's nonsense. Nobody can accept a theory where they say that you have all the time feelings of carnal love for your mother. Of course, this is ridiculous for us. But anything new has to be accepted. That's the modern idea. Anything new that comes to you, we must accept. Anything new may not be all right. The other day we were having a banquet, and I had a neighbor who was ambassador from Mexico. And he told me that, I know you don't like Freud and you like Jung, but Jung talked of the same old thing. I said, same old thing, but something new above it. Evolution takes place in that manner, that first you have the tree, and then you have the branches, then you have the leaves, and then you have the flowers, and then the flowers have the fruits. But if somebody just takes out a flower from somewhere and gives you, then you know that it's plastic. It must have some basis. it must have some tradition. It must be in our ancient books. It should be described by people who have lived before. Suddenly, if Mr. Freud comes up and says some new theory, it's like mushrooms. These people come up and start telling stories, and we believe in them. It's a fungus. Now, so I told the gentleman, I said, all right, we have eaten all kinds of food before. We haven't eaten the table. Why not we eat that? Because it's new. In the same way, everything that is new we started accepting. Because this is